Ready?
Hello and happy Tuesday. I oftentimes like to go back to you guys with the basics and the importance of certain things like journaling and shadow work and how it's assisted me in my journey of organized chaos. And a lot of the times it feels like such a simple step on the big plate of things in front of you. Your mental health, your health. You know, we're often faced with turning our personal mountains into molehills to make it seem easier or not as difficult to deal with in front of others for probably a few reasons. You know, everyone has their own reasons. They might not want to seem bothersome or troubling, not wanting to look crazy or not wanting to be annoying. And with all of these things, you know, we have that fear of being abandoned due to these personal struggles. And I know that's hard. I know how hard it is to cope with or push to the side your mental health due to the fear of abandonment on the premise of I'll handle this tomorrow. I'll take care of it tomorrow. It's like you're this person and you have this big feast in front of you, right? You're sitting at a table and there's this big feast in front of you. And the feast is compiled of all the good things and the bad things that have happened in your life thus far, positive and negative. And you're at the head of this table, and seated among you at this table are those who you've chose to bring into your life and keep in your life, both, again, positive and negative. Remember when I've said before in previous episodes that your world revolves around you. You are the center of your own universe. Anything that happens to you is cataclysmic, right? It's world ending because you, again, are the center of the universe, and anything that threatens that feels personalized, right? Because it's true. We revolve around our own earth. Our consciousness and the continuing of the world is based on our view of it. So when we pass away, the world is done, right? Because it's all black. There's nothing that continues after us. You know, we've yet to evolve to the ability of possessing another person to live life as they see it, right? And perhaps that can be in another universe or another life. I don't know. Maybe 3,000 years in the future, we've evolved to do that. But until that happens, we have to realize that we can only really see things from our personal point of view. And through that point of view, you can learn a lot. Me personally, I've learned how imperfect I am. And I've come to really love that part about me. And it's usually never, you know, this realization or this overwhelming wave of realization never came without a sort of tower crumbling moment where I had to sit with myself and reflect on what I was struggling with. And it feels personal, again, because it's happening to you. It's not something that you can always solve in 5 business days, on bank days. It's something you have to learn about yourself as you walk in your shoes, wrapped up in your own skin. It is this struggle of trying to learn what is the best option for you. Nobody can tell you what the best option for you is. For certain. You know, and I often mention journaling as a method of healthy reflection because it gives you a chance to problem solve with yourself. It gives you a chance to wrap up what is and what isn't. And it can be tedious and it can seem useless and it can seem ridiculous. But realize that there is a point to it. And anybody that has ever had moments where they talk to themselves and reason with themselves and try to figure out, like, okay, why am I feeling like this? Why am I doing this? What's happening? What do I do? Where do I go from here? And they have these moments of reflection where they need to think about all the things they need to do and all the reasons they may be feeling negatively about a situation or positively or whatever. These, you can talk to those people and you can really see how it is they tick. And wondering why you have the thoughts that you do, and really getting down, really chewing down to the bone of what it is you're struggling with is really important. You can discern, do you think this is something that I can solve myself? Is this something that I'm going to need help solving? Is this something that I need to get acknowledgement from another person for to move past? Is it personalized familial trauma that I might need to resolve on my own or with family? These are all things that you can uncover through reflective journal entries or reflective talk sessions with either yourself or a therapist. Journaling can help with managing anxiety. It can reduce stress. It can help you cope with depression. It also helps mood control because it helps you prioritize your problems and fears and concerns. It helps you track any symptoms that you're feeling from day to day so you can recognize patterns of triggers and learn better ways to control them. Provide an opportunity for positive self-talk and identifying negative thoughts and behaviors. Because, and I posted this on my story before, those negative words that we tell ourselves, those negative things that we tell ourselves, I'm stupid, don't listen to me, I'm this, I'm that, in a negative context, those negative words that we use to describe ourselves is more harmful than you know. And it's not always the best thing. Practicing positive self-talk will help get you to a healthier state of mind. And it sounds kind of whack, but looking at yourself in the mirror and just like, damn, I'm a pretty bitch. Or damn, I'm a smart motherfucker. That goes farther than you know. Because the negative self-talk will take you back. It is just as impactful and meaningful as if somebody were to say it to your face. Somebody that is important to you in your life saying that to your face. It is just as impactful because you are the center of your universe. And the center of your universe is telling you that you're this, that, and the other thing in a negative context. Our brains, I could sit for hours and listen or talk about the problems that I faced and the problems that I've helped sift through, and I could listen to people do the same thing. And I have, in fact, revealed a lot of things to my listeners for the purposes of explaining that every person experiences extreme happenings to them in their life. And these extreme happenings can have long-lasting effects. Our brains are wired to sift through these emotions, but like our bodies can retain wear and tear depending on the input of stimulus it receives. And if we are consistently adding negative input into the center of our universe, into our brains, right? It's going to cause wear and tear, unnecessary wear and tear, to a system that is consistently trying to catch up and sift and regulate our emotions and control every cell in our body to work as it's intended to work. Remaining gentle with people and remaining understanding is what's important. Remaining gentle and understanding with yourself. And, remaining understanding and compassionate doesn't have to go hand in hand with compromise for how you'd like to proceed and how much you can personally handle. You can remain understanding with a person and not have them in your life. Some people can't do that, right? It's something that I'm still learning how to do. Some people are built to handle mental health chaos and others are not. And what I want to relate to you is that whether someone is or is not able to support you through the demolition and rebuild of your emotional journey does not mean you or they are bad people. Let it go. Let them go. Let them let you go. The point is that we give people choices. We give people options, similar options to the ones that we give ourselves. Personally, I feel like I'm standing at a very unfamiliar street corner in my life, in a city I've never lived in, and I'm not sure where left, right, or straight ahead will lead me to. And again, this is an analogy of where I feel I am mentally. I don't think I've ever really much planned anything, apart from maybe my podcast episodes, but even then, there was a time where I didn't even do that, where I was just winging it. And that ended out it ended out needlessly triggering friends and lovers that didn't deserve that trigger. And again, I can't beat myself over the head over it. I've moved past it, but it has led me to be a little bit more conscientious of the words that I choose to use and the ways that I express myself and the ways that I want to express non-biased opinions about how people are and how we are with ourselves. I'm all for speaking your mind and remaining compassionate, non-judgmental, and open. And truth be told, doing all of that can be really difficult. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to make everyone happy. You're not going to have a majority of people that agree with you. And those that want to leave your life can do so at any time. Try your best and leave the rest up to a learning experience. Be conscious of your words and how you speak to not only yourself but to others. Because words are another input into the minds of those who can listen. And even your mind doesn't process the same weight with the output of those words. The input of someone else, the input of your words into somebody else's mind could last a lifetime. Regardless of if you like or dislike that person, we all know what it feels like to be a recipient and to suffer at the words of another. Be kind and loving to yourself and realize that you're perfectly imperfect. And with every step in and every direction is a step closer to getting you to the best version of yourself. You were better than last year. You were better than the year before that. You were better than the year before that. Be it in a rebuild or a demolition phase in your life, take it for what it is in the moment and remain open to new experiences. Don't act out of fear. Don't regret shit. Let yourself demolish and rebuild as many times as you need to. Because at the end of the day, when that rebuild happens, you're adding new functionality to your life, new strength, new pillars of wisdom and experience into that rebuild. Don't fight the demolition and rebuild process of your life, because you're going to do it over and over and over again. Especially if it feels like you're not happy or you're experiencing something new to you. It's going to be okay, folks. We're going to get through this. I love you so much. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.